This is the news and you. Oh, what you doing way back there? This is the news and you, and it's me again. In case you missed it, I'm gonna run over a couple headlines. World Bank president warns that Russia's war is stoking mass famine and could cause global catastrophe. Putin plans to deploy a deadly Satan II missile in autumn, and the UK has been singled out as the prime target. Damn. Court orders first gender-affirming surgery for a transgender federal prisoner. And I bet you there'll be more, because who wants to do life around a bunch of hard legs? You know, go ahead and switch out, go to the women's prison, impregnate all of them. Western U.S. on heightened alert for increasing extreme and dangerous wildfires. So it's that time again. I think the first time I heard that word fire season was like 3 years ago, some shit like that. Next month, I'll be 44. Multiple eyewitnesses captured UFO on video over Kyle, Texas. Now, they admitted all that stuff has been, you know, the real and shit. Nobody gave a fuck. But yeah, they're real. And I'm going to come on back to this book called The Gulf Breeze Sightings. There's a photo in here I held in my own hands. And I don't know what happened to the cat. That's another story for another day. Astrophysicists believe that alien tech may have crashed into the Pacific Ocean. Well, I guess we better get down there and grab a hold of that shit, huh? Bet you somebody down there right now trying to grab a hold of it. Army set to test its largest interactive drone swarm ever in Utah. See, that's that Black Mirror shit. That's that shit that be scaring me. Right? The largest solar flare in years just has been ejected from the sun. And remember that solar flare shit, because I'm going to come back to that some other times. A new implantable chip could soon link your thoughts with a computer. Not no, but fuck no. All right, so those are some headlines, but let's get into the real story. Let's get into the real things we need to talk about or start thinking about. Because every time it passes my desk, I'm going to come speak on it. Now, the Secret Service has just seized more than 102 million in crypto assets in major crackdown. Now, I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago, this young cat, I was telling him about that. I said, it's not any good. He said that, you know, people were doing all these transactions under the radar. The government doesn't know. But I was telling him, I said, that's right now. But anytime there's any kind of currency getting passed around and shit like that, the beast won't send. The system won't send. You understand? Ain't no under the table stuff. And I'm really doing this for the young cats, right? Also for the old knucklehead hustling motherfuckers that think they gonna hustle for the rest of their life. You know, you're gonna turn into an old slave. Now we have to understand the stuff that was taken away, that was like under the table economics. You know, remember you used to be able to take your car to like Hood mechanic, shade tree mechanic, you know what I mean? You go take it over here to what's the name, he could fix it, take it over here, you know, that was all tax-free dollars. You know, you just, you know, fix people's shit in your yard. Now relate that to other things that the people are doing like that, you know, hairdressing, selling drugs, selling ass, selling anything where you can make a hand-to-hand transaction and not pay no taxes, oh, that shit's over with. That shit's over with. The hustler, they're going to have a picture of a dope dealer in a museum because that shit's going to be done. And like I was saying again, you know, you can see the hustlers getting taken away anyway. All your coke and all your powders got fentanyl in it. And you see me make a video, they was talking about the shit ISO. So you make a sale and the motherfucker go rig that shit up and get himself killed, they coming to get you. Selling reefer, that shit's gonna be a thing of the past because you can go up to the store and get it. They got commercials of the doctors talking about come in here and get a card. They competing to get you a card to go up to the store. You can't hardly hit a bitch upside the head with some weed out there in the street no more. Now, with that being said, all your money you're getting from that, you're gonna have to turn that shit in. Now let's go back to this. The U.S. Secret Service is cracking down on the illicit digital currency transactions, seizing more than $102 million in cryptocurrency from criminals in connection with the fraud-related investigation in a new report from CNBC. David Smith, Assistant Director of Investigation, says agents and analysts actively track the flow of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on the blockchain, similar to an old-fashioned surveillance. Best known for protecting presidents, the Secret Service also conducts financial and cybercrime investigations. Now, we got the Secret Service up in on this Bitcoin stuff, and you just heard it. They track it because of the blockchain. Now, you're going to be like, you know, selling any kind of thing, you know, just like the Venmo, it say, what is it for, and all that stuff like that, bro. Everybody's going to see. This fucked up. Stop promoting this shit. You need to use cash. Now listen. When you follow a digital currency wallet, it is not different than an email address that has some correlating identifiers. Smith said in an interview at the agency's headquarters, and once a person and once a person and another person make a transaction, and that gets into the blockchain, we have the ability to follow that email address or wallet address, if you will, trace it through the blockchain. In other words, bitch, know what you bought, how you bought it, what it was, how much it costed, when, what time, all that. The seizure of more than $102 million in crypto has occurred in 254 cases since 2015, which they've been raping. So motherfucker talking this shit, oh, they've been getting away with it. They've been getting away with it. Boy, 254 cases since 2015. That's 254. Oh shit, what the fuck happened? What the fuck? Those cases include an investigation with the Romanian National Police, which 900 victims across the U.S. were targeted. Boy. According to NBC News, that scheme involved posting false ads on popular online auctions and sale websites for luxury items that did not exist, and delivered invoices supposedly made reputable companies, making it all appear that the transactions were real. The perpetrators then engaged in a money laundering scheme in which the victims' funds were converted into digital assets, the Secret Service said. Boy, they put all that shit together. In other cases, targeted a Russian cybercrime syndicate that used crypto exchange to launder funds, as well as ransomware operation tied in Russian and North Korean criminals, in which Bitcoin payments by the U.S. companies to stop attacks were sent to the suspects' crypto wallets. One of the things about cryptocurrency, it moves money at a faster pace than the traditional format, Smith said. Added to the quick pace of transactions makes it attractive to both American consumers and criminals. What criminals want to do is sort of muddy the waters, which makes the efforts to, obscure their activities. What we want to do is track that as quickly as we can, aggressively as we can, in a linear fashion. Blockchain, I mean, and that's it. Use cash, man, or go against it, because once they have that where it's all digital, the next thing is the mark of the beast. And that's going to be hell.
And I've been watching the Cashless Society for a lot of years. And at first, in like 79, 80, I started to think maybe it could come kind of quick. And then I realized everything that goes into it. And I realized in the, early to mid 80s, I realized that the technology wasn't ready to implement the mark of the beast. And so I never really, all these years since 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, since then, I would say 84, I haven't really uh, sent out warnings against the Cashless Society and the mark of the beast, because as a young man, I started to be able to gauge progress with the Babylon system. So I began to be able to gauge the process. And I say, oh, they're not ready, because it's going to take a certain amount of technology to implement that. But when I look now and I look at these cell phones and I look at where they're trying to go with self-driving cars and 5G and putting up more satellites, I can see that they're definitely pushing towards having the capabilities to have a total cashless society. And they also have the perfect subjects to do it. They have a mentality. Uh, they have the perfect mentality to do it. You know, young people, you listen to me. One of the worst things you can do is get into this young versus old. That's going to be flipped against you. You got to be leery at the young versus the old, because in many cases, the reason the system promotes the young versus the old is because they could not necessarily fool the older people, and they want to get a younger group of subjects to pull something on them that they couldn't pull on the older generation. That's a fact. An older generation, they say we're set in our ways. So we're used to cash. We're used to being independent with our cash. And we're not going to really be interested in them knowing all of our business. A younger person, you might not really understand how much they're in your business. You might not understand how they're going to feed you this and then take your rights away from you. They're going to feed it to you like it's something good. Then they're going to, once it's mandatory, then they're going to put the clamps on you. And now it's more than evident than ever. Look how they did the vaccinated against the unvaccinated. Like, if that didn't wake you up, I don't know. I don't know. And they basically waived privileges to separate the people. If you do what we tell you, you can keep your job, you can get on the plane, you can go to the concert, If you know, like they dangled your rights like this. If you do what we say, then you can go to the concert and you can get on the plane and you can keep your job. And if you can keep your job, you can pay your rent, you can eat. If you don't do what we say, you're the bad guys. You're the reason the rest of us are suffering. And you can lose your job, which means you won't be able to eat. See, they didn't ever, and you'll be homeless. They never said that. They just said, if you don't cooperate, we got the right to fire you. But they didn't add what goes along with you not being able to make a living. They basically said, if you don't go along with us, we don't care if you can eat. We don't care if you have any place to live. It was deep, okay? But they said it in a nice way. They just said, lose your job. If you lose your job, what else would you lose? Your car could get repossessed, right? You won't be able to necessarily buy food. You can get evicted. You know, it was real deep. And they had these people that went for it, and they were enough people to keep the system going. So these people was like, well, the hell with y'all. It's the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated. It was deep. It was really, it was really, really, really deep. Okay, it was deep. Okay, it was really deep. You know, I went to go see a Bulls game, and I went to the website. And like, no, only these people can go see the Bulls. You can't come in, Pharaoh. You're one of these people. You can't have any fun. Fun is only for the people that do what we tell them to do. It was just as simple as that. And it was like, you don't own your body. You don't own your body. We can tell you what to do with your body. You know, it was deep. It was a total flip from abortion. Now, when it was abortion, and they wanted to have depopulation, they wanted black people to kill your babies, it's your body, your choice. Right? It's real deep to it. It's your body, your choice. But all of a sudden now, it's not your body, it's their choice. Okay. And they pulled it off. They got away with it. They used fear tactics and stuff. And they even like banned, we couldn't say anything. So things that we could say now, we couldn't say then. We had to wait till the Babylon system said them. So now that the Babylon system is talking about what happened in Wuhan, now we can talk about it. So things that would have got you banned, now that they're talking about it, now it's all right. Which, I don't know. It's crazy. And on my Instagram, my social media had this thing called fact checkers. But the fact checkers was only going by the facts that the Babylon system said was facts. And we know the Babylon system don't tell all the facts. So if you live in a country where they don't tell all the facts and they lie and manipulate history and manipulate the truth, how could you say you got a fact checker? You know, the same people that's got the most interest, they're the fact checkers. Wait a minute. Why can't none of us radicals be the fact checkers? Who is the fact checkers? There are people that agree with this side. And whatever this side say is facts, it's just facts, whether it's facts or not.